Robert Kraft continuing to fight solicitation charges comes at a cost. We've reached the point of the Robert Kraft saga where the cover-up reflects worse on him than the alleged crime. The Patriots owner's decision to obstinately fight 2 misdemeanor charges of soliciting prostitution at a seedy South Florida day spa, rejecting a plea deal, reeks of a rich guy trying to wriggle out of responsibility for his actions by any means necessary. It's the Patriot way. Kraft certainly has a constitutional right to plead not guilty and pursue the case in court. But he has to realize the harder and longer Kraft fights to clear his name in the legal system, the more damage he subjects it to in the court of public opinion, providing constant reminders of the sordid details of his alleged conduct, which investigators captured on video. Twice in an 18, Kraft can win his case on legal loopholes, but it's a Pyrrhic victory. It won't restore. It's better to accept responsibility, beg for forgiveness, and promise to do better than to use your means and high-priced lawyers to escape accountability for your actions on legal technicalities. Outside of the hubbub, it's nearly as unseemly as going to a strip mall day spa to have a sex act performed hours before the AFC Championship game, as prosecutors allege Kraft did in the probable cause affidavits. We all make mistakes, and Kraft's lifetime of charitable deeds far outweigh a few lascivious lapses in judgment. The Patriots pay, even if Kraft's legal team is successful in suppressing the incriminating video in a trial on the grounds that proper procedure wasn't followed, it doesn't expunge the video from existence. It doesn't simply. The embarrassing descriptions of what's on the video are already in the public realm. Regardless of the video by Florida Today. The NFL's personal conduct policy, which states that the disposition of a criminal proceeding, including a plea deal, is grounds for punishment, could be a catalyst for Kraft's motivation to be exonerated in a court of law, even though pursuing such an outcome continues to erode his public image. The league knows that, now, Kraft's lawyers are simply doing what good lawyers do. They're turning the focus. But what's interesting about Kraft's defense is what isn't being said to make his case. To legal laypeople, a defense based on those claims is dubious when investigators have Kraft going to the spa on back-to-back days. The one statement, "I am truly sorry," said Kraft. "I know I have heard the idea that Kraft is guilty and that the investigation didn't follow proper protocol aren't mutually exclusive in the real world, which is why Kraft won't get the reputation restoration he seeks through a verdict." Sometimes people with Kraft's level of wealth, his net worth is estimated at $6.6 billion, can craft an existence where reality bends to them, a reality distortion field. You wonder what advice. We're talking about 2 misdemeanor charges. The maximum penalty. If Kraft accepted the plea deal from the Palm Beach County State Attorney's Office and got the case dismissed, he would have had to admit that prosecutors had enough evidence to convict him in court. He would be required. Perhaps, a power broker such as Kraft feels he should roll the dice in court. But that doesn't take. It robs him of one of the key plays in the Patriots playbook, the ability to deflect a pratfall as being in the past. All 3 principals of the Patriots dynasty now have scandals to their good names. Coach Bill Belichick. The other 2 were trumped-up football scandals where the Patriots go to plays a fight to the bitter end. Deny. It's a losing game plan, even if Kraft wins the day in court.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.